Even a year later, it's still kind of weird to look out over the waters of the Patapsco and not see that bridge.
Well, this is a tragedy that you can never imagine, right?
My neighbor called me, my husband, and woke him up and said that the Key Bridge is gone. And my husband said, "What do you mean it's gone?"
Most people were sleeping at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning when this happened. You think about the communities like Turner Station on the east end there, many of whom felt that crash. They heard that crash that morning.
I remember waking up to several calls from my producer, and anytime you're waking up at that time of night, when you're getting a lot of calls versus texts, you know that there's something wrong. At that point, I'm panicking. I'm like, what's going on?
I remember walking into the station and one of our editors just flagged me down at the door and said, "Have you seen it?"
Dispatch, the whole bridge just fell down. Start, whoever, everybody.
In my mind, I was thinking, well, maybe just a little part of it or a chunk of it came off. I certainly wasn't thinking or imagining the entire bridge collapsing into the Patapsco until I saw that video of the dolly slamming into the bridge and then the whole thing just crumbling like children's play blocks into the river.
As I'm kind of taking that in, on the second play, I realized, oh my God, there's people. There's people on the bridge.
Who are they? What were they doing on the bridge? Were they driving? Were they doing construction work? If you're from Baltimore, you know the Key Bridge. You've driven over it many times to get to the southern corners of Baltimore County.
For every single one of us who are Marylanders, the words that the Key Bridge is gone, it still shakes us. Because for 47 years, that's all we've known.
There's nothing like being in the moment and actually getting to that bridge and seeing that nothing was there.
We were one of the very first media organizations, but just in a matter of a few hours, media from 200 miles away were there.
People are getting up, they're turning on their TV, they're watching the news, and we're all getting this in real time. It was a lot to take in.
It was our responsibility to let them know what was happening as it was happening.
We were having news conference after news conference.
There are people in the water. There's a chance that we may be able to save them.
20 people, 15 people, 5 people.
Not really knowing, how many survivors that there were, if any.
So you have to be obviously very careful with what you're putting out there because you don't want to cause more fear. Our worst fear, that lives were lost.
That we didn't have any survivors.
And then to hear those 6 construction workers who were just up there doing their job, probably like they had done so many times before, were not going to come home to their families.
People who were fathers, uncles, brothers.
To the victims of this tragedy and their loved ones, all of our hearts are broken. We feel your loss. We're thinking of you, and we will always be thinking of you. We are Maryland tough, and we are Baltimore strong.
How the Maryland community rallied together.
Helping out the first responders.
Businesses coming together, families rallying, neighbors just saying, what can I do to help?
That beautiful mural that was created for the 6 construction workers, all the fundraisers that were done for the families of those construction workers.
I remember going to opening day, and the first thing that we knew we had to lead with was the fact that, hey, this is on the heels of a terrible tragedy, and there will be a moment of silence to honor the people that we lost.
So in the face of heartbreak, we come together. We embrace one another, and we come back stronger.